training versus nutrition versus anabolics. Which one is the most important and how important is each of them if you're on beginner's level or advanced level, or even if you're somebody who competed and he is still doubting, you know, what's the main difference between those three, and is there something that you should avoid, especially if you're getting older and if you want to remain health and longevity. So let's speak a little bit about this in today's episode. Hi, my name is Boris Kish. I'm a super heavyweight bodybuilding competitor and fitness coach, as well as professional nutritionist. Welcome to my channel. So number one, I would like to speak about training. Doesn't matter how much anabolics you put inside of you, doesn't matter if your nutrition is really on the point, if you're not training really with high intensity, and if you're not giving your maximum, you're not going to make and maintain any progress. I mean, that doesn't mean that you have to overkill yourself, especially if you're in your 40s or later, but you cannot avoid the training. If you don't have that fire anymore, if you don't have passion, if you're training like somebody who is fully demotivated and who doesn't want to do this anymore, even if your nutrition is, as I said, all the way on the top, even if you're taking all the anabolics in the world, you're not going to look like anything. That's my personal opinion. So training is extremely important. You always have to train with passion, you always have to train with fire, and you always have to give your maximum while you're in the gym. You cannot skip that part. Number two is nutrition. Again, you can train with all the passion, you can train super heavy, you can take all the anabolics in the world. If your nutrition is crap, your body is going to look like crap, you're going to feel like crap. I mean, as long as you're doing this sport, doesn't matter if it's professional, doesn't matter if you're doing just for recreation, doesn't matter if you're a complete amateur, the nutrition always have to be the same. By that I mean you have to have, high protein nutrition, you have to eat a lot of proteins, as I was describing in one of my previous videos, at least 2 grams of protein per kilogram if you're natural, 3 grams if you're not natural, if you're enhanced, and you have to take care what you're eating. You cannot eat in fast food restaurant, you cannot order food only, you cannot be skipping meals, you cannot have, days when you're extremely low on protein, because this is definitely going to be visible on your physique. Therefore, nutrition is extremely important. And number three are the anabolics. I mean, how important is that? And I want to speak as from my personal experience, and not as a hypocrite, as somebody who was taking them in my career. I mean, I was taking everything, let's just say it like that. And I don't want to lie to you, I'm on TRT now, so I'm on low dosages of testosterone enanthate. And really, from the bottom of my heart, I'm telling you, I mean, this is 0% if the first two things are not at 100%. I mean, all the steroids in the world are just going to make you worse, much worse. You're going to destroy your health, especially if you don't know how to use them. I completely support all the people who want to train natural all their life, and you won't have any benefits from them if you are not eating properly and training really hard. So therefore, let's get to the final conclusion. I would say that nutrition is 100% needed for your results and to be actually able to look like something. When I say look like something, I mean, decently muscular and at least below 15% of body fat. I mean, if you're going to the gym regularly and if you're above 50% of body fat, again, this is my personal opinion, you're doing something wrong. I mean, the point is to look good, but even the most important thing is to be healthy. Therefore, you should always maintain low percent of the body fat, of course not too low, because that's also not healthy. So therefore nutrition is 100%. Training is also 100%. If you go to the gym and train like this is the last thing that you want to do in the world, you're going to look like that. The energy has to be at 100% as well as your passion. So training is extremely important. I would say minimum 100%. And steroids or pads or anabolic are only 2%. I mean, if you never took any of them, I highly suggest that you don't take them and that you focus on the first two things. If you're somebody like me who is taking them or who was taking them, my honest opinion, especially if you're older than 40, TRT is more than enough. You can look like a really, really great bodybuilder just with TRT if the first two things are at 100%. There is no need to be blasting the cycles or take any of those stupid compounds that we took when we are younger. I mean, last year I was almost clean for a year, and my nutrition and my training was at full capacity, and I really was able to, surprisingly, even by myself, to maintain all the size. I was not as full and as ripped as before, but I really look like a decently looking natural bodybuilder who was 70% as strong and as when he was using all the pads. So train hard, eat smart, avoid the stupid unnecessary anabolics unless you really have to take some TRT. Check that with your doctor, and I am sure that you will have great results. Write me in the comment section what you think about this, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Till next time, God bless you, wish you all the best. Bye.